Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final step in the PDF remediation workflow. In this video, we will be using Adobe Acrobat Desktop to finish remediating our PDF and verify that it is accessible using a screen reader. Note, all COS staff have access to Adobe Acrobat, so please use your COS credentials to log in. It is important that you use Adobe Acrobat's desktop application for this step. The browser version does not include the accessibility tools needed to fully remediate a PDF. Although we completed OCR in Abby FineReader, we learned that OCR alone does not make a PDF accessible. OCR creates searchable, selectable text, but an accessible PDF also requires proper document structure, tags, and alternative text. Think of it this way. Abby FineReader creates the hidden underlying text, and Adobe Acrobat adds the structure that allows assistive technology to correctly interpret and navigate the document. Let's begin. Open your PDF in Adobe Acrobat. From all tools, select View More, then choose Prepare for Accessibility. Next, select Fix Reading Order at the bottom. The Reading Order tool will allow you to review and organize the structure of your document. If the Z Tag Order panel is not already visible, open the tool by clicking the Z icon in the panel on the right side of the screen. The Z Tool Order panel will display the reading order of your content and the OCR text that has been recognized. We will now go through the process of reviewing and tagging the document to ensure all content has been properly organized in the correct reading order. Think of headings as a table of contents built into your document. Instead of making text look bigger or bold just because it looks like a title, you assign it a heading tag. This tells assistive technology that text is a heading and where it fits in the document. For example, Heading 1, also known as H1, is the main title of the document. There should only ever be one Heading 1. Heading 2, also known as H2, are your major sections under the title. Heading 3, H3, are your subsections within those major sections. Continue with H4 through H6 as needed, but only if they follow the hierarchy. Ask yourself this question when reviewing the content of your document. Is this starting a new major section, or is this part of the section above it? If it's a new major section, use another Heading 2 tag. If it's part of the section above, use a Heading 3 tag. And if it's part of that Heading 3 section, use a Heading 4 tag and continue the hierarchy as needed. Thinking of headings as an outline rather than just formatting makes it easier to choose the correct heading level and create a document that's organized and accessible. In addition to your heading tags, you'll also use paragraph tags, also known as P tags, and figure tags. Paragraph tags are used for the main body text in your document. If the content isn't a heading, list, table, or another specialized element, it will most likely be tagged as a paragraph. Each new paragraph should have its own P tag. Avoid combining multiple paragraphs into a single tag, as this can make navigation more difficult for screen reader users. Figure tags are used for images, logos, charts, graphs, icons, and other visual content. Whenever you tag an item as a figure, ask yourself, does this image convey important information? If yes, the figure should include meaningful alt text that describes the image's purpose or information. If no, and the image is purely decorative, it should be marked as background/artifact so screen readers will skip it. Remember, a figure tag identifies the image, but the alt text is what allows someone using a screen reader to understand its purpose. To add alt text if you didn't add it in Canva, or if you were using Adobe Express, or to simply verify that the alt text added in Canva carried over, select the figure by right-clicking on it, and then select Edit Alt Text. You'll be able to verify what was added in Canva, or you may add alt text if it is missing. Let's now discuss tables. Tables are one of the most challenging elements to remediate because they require more than just tagging the visual grid. A properly accessible table needs structure that allows a screen reader to understand the relationship between rows, columns, and headers. Before creating or tagging a table, ask, is a table the best way to present this information? Tables should be used sparingly and when information is meant to be compared or organized into rows and columns. They should not be used for visual formatting or to control the layout of a document. The Accessibility Guide on YouTube is a great resource if you must create and organize content into tables. Lists can also be challenging to remediate because visual formatting does not always communicate structure to assistive technology. A list may look like a list because it has bullets, numbers, or spacing, but a screen reader needs the correct tags to understand the relationship between each item. Before attempting to remediate a list, ask yourself, is this content a group of related items, steps, or options? If yes, it should be structured as a list. Again, the accessibility guy on YouTube has a great video for walking you through this process. You may notice I have a list of items in my flyer, and for the sake of time, I will be remediating this off camera. Once you've confirmed the document structure, tags, and alternative text, you must verify content order. In the Fix Reading Order tool, you can toggle on the Page Content Order tool. You should now see your content numbered. Make sure your content is organized numerically, but also logically, starting with what should be read first as number 1. To reorder the content, left-click on the content in your Z tag panel and drag it to the correct order. Then ensure the content in your flyer is updated accordingly. Once you complete this process, you may close the Reading Order tool and select Check for Accessibility. Adobe Acrobat will generate an accessibility report identifying items that have passed, failed, or require manual review. You will typically always see the same items requiring a manual check. These will be your color contrast, logical reading order, and document title. If a title has not been added to your document, right-click on the failed title item and follow the prompts to add a meaningful document title. The color contrast and logical reading order checks require manual verification and cannot be automatically resolved by Acrobat. Since we will be testing with the screen reader, you may right-click on these sections and click Pass so that your accessibility report does not flag them as errors. After making your corrections, save the document. The final and most important step is to test your PDF with the screen reader. You have 2 screen reader options for testing your document. You may use JAWS, however this does require a subscription-based license, or NVDA, which is free. Open your document using your screen reader and navigate through the document using keyboard commands. For NVDA, place your cursor at the top of your flyer and then use the insert down arrow keys to begin reading.
Loading NVDA, heading level 1 page 1 creating accessible flyers that meet title 2. All COS digital documents must be fully accessible now.
I have a list of 20 NVDA shortcuts you may use to navigate your flyer and ensure its accessibility. Ensure you verify that headings are announced correctly, content is read in the proper order, and ensure images include meaningful alternative text. Accessibility checkers are valuable tools, but they cannot catch every issue. Testing with the screen reader helps ensure your document is truly usable for individuals who rely on assistive technology. In the accessibility world, you may regularly hear human in the loop. By testing with the screen reader, you are doing exactly that. Remediation always requires a human in the loop to verify usability and readability for all users. Thank you for joining me for this training series on creating accessible flyers and remediating PDFs. By combining the accessible flyer creation tips covered in Video 1, OCR processing in Adobe FineReader, structural remediation in Adobe Acrobat, and real-world testing using a screen reader, you have completed the full workflow for creating a significantly more accessible PDF. Each step plays an important role in ensuring that documents are not only visually appealing, but also structured, readable, and navigable for individuals using assistive technology. This process helps our college district continue working towards meeting Title II accessibility requirements and creating a more inclusive learning environment for all students. I hope this training helps you feel more confident in creating documents that are accessible for everyone.